Meeting minutes of November 25th, 2024 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Reports and communications from the Mayor, Safety Director.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. We'd just like to give a nice warm welcome to Emily Herat to the Finance Department, our Finance Specialist, and Bob Liddy as the new Senior Center Coordinator. He's working with Jerry through the end of December. His start date will be January 1st. Snow reminder. No parking on city streets when over 2 feet of snow has fallen. 2 inches of snow has fallen. Do not blow or shovel snow onto the street. Very important. It is the residents' or businesses' responsibility to keep sidewalks clear. Be sure snow is not piled blocking sidewalks. The sidewalk plow cannot plow through large piles of snow. And the sidewalk plow only goes out when there is 3 inches of snow or more. Our service department does a great job keeping the roads clean and safe for all. Sometimes I get, once or twice a year, I'll get a complaint that the service department will block an apron with snow. I don't even entertain those complaints. There's nothing they can do about it. They got to keep these streets safe and with as least amount of snow as possible. Volunteers needed. 2 openings on Keep Wickliffe Beautiful. They're 2-year terms, and they meet the 4th Wednesday of the month. Contact me or City Hall if you know or someone you know is interested. Thank you. That is all I have.
Any questions or comments for the Mayor, Safety Director? Thank you, Mayor. Reports and communications from the Director of Law.
Nothing to report, Mr. Council President.
Any questions or comments for the Law Director? Councilman Jaworski.
Jeremy, I'd asked a few months ago about the status of the policies that you guys are going through. Where does that currently stand?
So it is done, or at least a draft of it. The department heads are reviewing it right now. So I probably, to check, there's a possibility I could give it to you before next meeting, but I can definitely have it to you this month for you guys to take a look at as well. I just wanted to give the department heads a chance to get a once over on it.
Yeah, just say something on that, Ed. Yeah, there's like 178 pages, I think. So we just, I think about 2 weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, Jeremy wanted to push it out, and everybody just needed a little bit more time to go over just to go over everything, because once it's out, it's out. So I want to say about a week, about 1 more week, everybody should be right around there.
Yeah, I think another week should be good. I can shoot it out to you guys to take a look at, because we're going to try to make it effective January 1st, and I'm going to do some training for all the staff in January to get it rolling. So, but the main document, yeah, is about 178 pages. Is done.
A lot of reading.
Fun, exhilarating reading.
Councilman Bella.
Will those policies be posted online too, after everything's?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. The plan will be to put it on any shared drives that we have, probably on the website. Try to have it mostly electronic, so that it's not much
Just
paper
on
rolling
other
around.
departments that have policies, so.
Yep.
Make sure. All right.
Any further questions or comments for the Law Director? Councilman Jaworski.
I know that I've gotten emails and phone calls, and I believe other members of council have as well, regarding the trailers that are being stored in the premier parking lot on Warden Road. Is that legal, Mr. Law Director?
I believe that it is. We can continue looking into it, but I believe that it's a parking lot. They're parked. There was some conversation about it being a truck terminal. It's definitely not a truck terminal, because that would violate our ordinances. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything that does. We'll continue looking into it. I'll continue working with it to make sure that it is. But as far as I can tell right now from everything we've looked into, it is okay and falls within our ordinances to be able to park those trucks there.
To me, it is a huge eyesore right in the middle of the city.
Councilman Gerhardstein.
So this has been going on for, I think the question started about 3 weeks ago when we asked, what exactly are they calling that? What that, ultimately, what is that? I mean, is it storage? Is it?
It's parking. They're parking the trucks there.
Well, that's not a business in Wickliffe, I take it, correct? That is not a Wickliffe business doing that, correct?
No, it's not. I believe it's Amazon.
trailers.
So they're storing the trailers there.
Correct.
So I'm Councilman Jaworski and I don't know about any other councilman that's getting calls about what is actually going on there. So if you look in the ordinances for manufacturing, outdoor storage is one of the things that is not permitted. So if it's considered storage, then that's an issue. We're just trying to get clarity on if the business is actually a Wickliffe business. So it's
Yeah,
not
because
actually technically a
The
Wickliffe
business
business.
that has the parking lot is a Wickliffe business, developers.
Premier.
And they're allowing Amazon to park trucks there. As far as I know, they're not storing anything necessarily in those trucks. There may be some things in them sometimes, but they're just parking the trucks there. You know, I suppose there could be some semantics on whether that's storage or not, but I can look into it a little bit more deeply.
No, I'm good. I've been looking for clarity on this for at least 2 weeks, if not 3 weeks, trying to figure out, one, who actually owns the semi-trailer, actually what the city of Wickliffe is calling that. If we're calling it, if it's not a terminal or a depot, what exactly are we, the city of Wickliffe, calling that?
Right now, I'd say that company is allowing Amazon to park trucks there. I don't think they're like putting the trucks there and then storing a bunch of stuff in them. I think it's having the trucks there and then they take the trucks out when they need them. So it's just parking, and assuming that everything that's in those trucks is just in those trucks and they're not using it as storage and then opening those up to take stuff out and do it, then it's still just parked there. If the trucks happen to have things in them, they're still not necessarily doing storage. I'll continue working with Ray to look into it and make sure that there's not anything going on there that should.
Mayor?
Yeah, so Spencer was here last week, the president, CEO, owner of Premier. And I put an email out to council this way if there was any questions. So I get it, you guys don't want to, his lawyers and himself, they called me several times. This is dating back to when this first started. This question first started when there was actual objects on the parking lot, and that I called them and they told me it was going to be like 2 days, and then it ended up being longer. And I said that had to go 100% gone. It's not storage. So then a couple weeks went past. The lawyers called me along with Spencer and said that it's a parking lot. They're not infringing on any zoning. That the contract, their business. They have a contract, whether it's Amazon or company. So Ray spoke in depth with them. Multiple lawyers have looked at this. Jeremy looked at it, and it's not violating it. It didn't fit the description as a truck terminal or a truck depot. There was no permit required. So everything was, and that was their biggest fight, was that it is a parking lot. And they actually wanted to call council members, and I said absolutely not. But because they wanted to explain their case, and their lawyer said they're within their rights. They checked all the zoning. So I mean, that's where we're at with this. They're just trying to create revenue until they can ultimately sell or lease out the entire campus.
Councilman Thielen?
So it's not associated with any business in Wickliffe. So, do they have an occupancy permit to do that? Like, is there a permit? Like, do we issue a permit for? So does that basically mean that anywhere there's that zoning, you can just park a truck?
They have with the property owner.
Well, yeah, but
that's you know
they
what
don't
I
have
mean.
any agreement with the city.
But it's an agreement with the property owning on they're parking on a parking lot. So where their fight is, but if and I've asked Ray, do they need? Ray says they do not need a permit.
So anywhere that there's that similar zoning, anybody can just start parking trucks there.
So
Without the city
The
of
property owner would have to.
they have to put a sign up. We went through this, like
Okay.
the row house would have to put a sign. They would have to do the towing contract with. So we went through that before.
I would suggest then maybe this body or the commission, we have to tighten up that, if this is a loophole or whatever that allows this to occur. I don't believe it to be, but, yeah, I'm not in favor of the trucks being there. I think they should need to come to the planning commission and ask for permission. They could receive some type of temporary permit, maybe to allow it. There's a defined period of time, but just not out of the blue, start parking there. Have received complaints from residents.
Councilman George?
The other question I feel I have to ask, because we've got the fire station right there, are we sure that there's nothing, I guess, that I would deem hazardous in those trailers?
We were told they were not, but, yes, we were told they were not. And on the other side, you might get more complaints. And I got, well, actually, a resident contacted me with a compliment that it was nice to see seeing as if it's been a deserted island for the last 5 years. So to me, I drive past it 90 times. I don't even notice it, but I mean, if it was a violation, it would be dealt with. It's just their lawyers, my law director, my building commissioner is saying they are not in violation.
Councilman Tillman?
Yeah, I just believe it's a car parking lot. It's an automobile parking lot for employees. It's not a truck parking lot and storage area. Those aren't even trucks. They can't. They basically leave a trailer there. So it's a trailer parking lot, I guess. Apparently you can put a trailer anywhere now, so.
Well, I'll look into what legislation we might be able to do.
Push it,
We'll be able to
I
have
think-
some way to deal with that.
Councilman Gerhardt?
I think I understand what Councilman Thiel was saying. There's no benefit technically for the city of Wickliffe. If the parking lot would be a parking lot if it was a business in Wickliffe that was, the trailers belong to, but seeing it's a business outside the city, what benefit is to the city of Wickliffe that they're storing semi-trailers on that parking lot, which I agree. I think the spirit of a parking lot is a parking lot for an occupied business in the city of Wickliffe.
If they were conducting,
Councilman Tillman?
thank you. If they were conducting business within the building across the street, I think it'd be considered permissible.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, there's no payroll taxes coming from a trailer. There's got to be employees there to have a benefit to the city. Mayor?
Yes, the last thing on this. So again, we will, if there's something that we can find to push this and make them do away with it, but they feel that they're 100% in the right, and that's why he came here last week in case there was any question, or 2 weeks ago, in case there was any questions. So we're on it, and believe me, I don't want someone getting away with something they shouldn't be if they shouldn't, but I'm kind of caught in the middle from my administrators and their lawyers, but we'll look into it, and I know he was been.
Yeah, and I'll take a look around, see what other cities have for legislation on parking and otherwise unoccupied buildings.
Councilman Tillman?
It's almost in a sense, and this might be a bad analogy, but we don't allow off-site signage, right? We don't allow somebody just to put a sign up on other people's property and to advertise another entity just because it's their property, right? So we don't, I know it's a bad analogy, but it just feels like they're doing something, a business somewhere else is just parking vehicles here for convenience. Premier's getting a few bucks in their pocket, and there's no benefit to the city other than the complaints from the residents. So, and to make Premier happy that we're not kicking out the trucks.
Councilman Gerhardt?
Well, I was going to ask this question. I might as well ask it now, since Premier in their parking lot. The snow plowing salt business that's there, is that a registered business in the city of Wickliffe?
That's for their lot only. It's not an outside. They just have that there for their lot there.
Well, for clarity, you're saying
It's just
that
for
salt bin and all the salt trucks that come in and out of it, that's just for that one lot that's there?
To my knowledge, yes. I have not seen a lot of trucks going in and out of it.
I'm gonna say, if you're not out at 3 in the morning and see the line of trucks that get salt out of that big salt bin on Warden Road, there's no way that salt bin is for that one parking lot on Warden Road.
I will check into it tomorrow.
Mayor?
This was also brought up in the past, and I spoke to Premier on it. They said that is, what they told me is that was just for their lot. So,
Any further questions or comments for the law director? Thank you, Jimmy. Communications from Council President, I have none. Are there any amendments or additions to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to the administrators. Police Chief Bush.
Thank you, Council President Levon. The only thing further I have is I was notified that one of our officers who's in the National Guard will more than likely be being deployed in February of this year. I will be short a guy being deployed pretty much the entire year of 2025 because he's going to be taking his vacation and holidays and stuff like that prior to that, so he can spend time with his wife and 2 little kids that he's going to be leaving because he's going to be in, I believe, Iraq, somewhere in the Middle East for all of 2025. Just so you know.
Any questions or comments for the police chief? Councilman Gar.
Chief, what is your manpower? I know you said that the last time you will probably be 1 man short at the first of the year.
Yes, we have a test announced for national testing that goes through December 27th. And we have a guy resigning January 1st. So then I will be 1 guy short, which is what we're testing for.
That's the guy, you'll be 1 guy short?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the police chief? Thank you, Chief. Fire Chief Grossman.
Thank you, Council President. I have nothing to add to my submitted report.
Any questions or comments for the fire chief? All right, thank you, Chief. Finance Director Hunter.
Thank you, President. November is closed as of today, and the general fund carryover balance is about $7.8 million. The sewer fund carryover balance is about negative $130,000. On the agenda tonight is legislation for delinquent weed invoices. Those invoices are from October and November. Also on the agenda is a transfer for the capital fund, and that would only be needed if reimbursements are not received by 12/31. Finally, ordinance 2024-58 has been amended. A $1,000 adjustment for the golf fund. We are asking for $3,500, but it's still a net zero, and that should be all of your seats.
Any questions or comments for the Finance Director? Councilman Jaworski.
Year, are there any red flags or anything that you're seeing within budgets or receipts or anything like that that would lead you to believe that we'll be taking a significant hit in the last month of the year, or does it look like we should be pretty much around that 7.8 figure?
That's really variable. It depends a lot on what happens with the reimbursement for the capital fund. If we have to do that entire transfer, we are asking for a $400,000 transfer for the sewer fund, so that will definitely be needed. So that number will decrease. There's a lot still going on in December. I do not think we'll be at $7.8 million to end the year.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the Finance Director? Thank you, Ms. Hunter. Engineer Formica.
Thank you, Council President. I have nothing to add to my written report.
Any questions or comments for the city engineer? Councilman Hartstein.
How did the end of the punch list go for the road repairs for this year? Did everything?
It is not complete. I had a guy out there today in the rain making sure of checking puddles and whatnot. It is not. The contractor thinks he's done. He's not.
Okay.
He's not going to get paid until it's done.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the city engineer? Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Service Director Cross.
Thank you, Council. Nothing to add to the report other than we did accept a bid from Osborne Engineering for the outside firm for the 84 resurfacing project. We were able to take that out of the capital for roads, so it was under the threshold for before we come ask you guys for it. That's all I got. And also second shift started last week. So they'll be on, and we'll be starting third, probably the 1st of January before during that time.
Any questions or comments for the Service Director? Councilman Bella.
Snow came over early, we did on salt, early, but
I think we're doing fine. We started out with, this is all approximate numbers, but probably about 3,300 ton after what we had, going into the whole thing. And we used a little bit over, whatever, the report, 650. It's always an approximate number, so we can't get really, pinpointed on, but We still have about like 600 ton down in our other garage and about, I would say about 2,000 ton in the dome. So we can order up to about 750, almost 3 acres.
Are we taking it out of both places, or just, we're trying to get rid of the stuff that's on the ground first?
We had stuff in the, it's all gone. Then we are now working on the dome, and then we'll get down to Lakeland Boulevard behind our other service garage, and we'll start doing it from there.
Thanks.
Councilman Jaworski?
I know that the snow interrupted leaf pickup, and it looks like there's still a number of areas in the city where there's leaves or the remnants of what were leaves in the tree lawn, stuff like that. How are you guys planning to address that in the remaining, week, 2 weeks?
As far as weather goes, it looks decent. Got some weather coming maybe Wednesday and Thursday. We had 2 crews out today. So, and we have 5,000. I'm not gonna, we're hopefully good with 5 for now, but we do have another truck that we're able to put 2 crews out. So I plan on extending it to at least this week and then probably hopefully the following week, and we'll just see how it goes then. We still have sticks too. We're picking up those as we go. We had a whole crew picking up sticks, or today, starting today. So hopefully we get through all that also.
Okay, so for the residents watching, then and that's it. Otherwise, it goes into Kimball in the
Well,
bins.
Kimball's done the 15th, so they're done this
Well,
week.
that's right.
So, and that's what we kind of planned on, but we kind of got, with the snow melting and everything else, we got, like I said, we usually have the one other truck broke down by now, but we're going to try to keep it running to hopefully get the two crews going for at least another week or 2.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments from the service director? Okay. Building Commissioner Sack.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I have nothing to add in my monthly report.
Any questions or comments from the Commissioner? Councilman Hartstein.
So excuse me. So it's been almost a year or been a year on the house on Robert on the fire. We at with the final, with getting that yard finally cleaned up.
She as soon as they finish her out in court, they have a little bit more to go on the garage, and they have to clean that back yard up behind the garage too. And they also have some things on our property. And as soon as they get that cleaned up, we'll let her get out of court. But she's in court right now. And we still have a big deposit also.
Okay. Yeah, I feel bad for the resident.
Yeah, I do.
It's been a year now.
Right, exactly.
Thank you. I know you're tired of hearing me ask,
No,
Ray,
I
I'm
mean,
tired of asking you, but it's been a year for the people.
It's bad for us.
Yeah.
It drives us nuts too, because
Yep.
our hands are tied.
Any further questions or comments from the Building Commissioner? Thank you, Rick. Recreation Director, stop.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Just 2 comments. We are in the midst of the Holiday Helping Hand Program. We identify needy families through the schools, and right now we're going to be able to help 37 families with a total of about 102 kids. And once again, we want to thank True Line and New Resolve City Club for being major cogs in that program. So I thank them for that. And also the Orlando Playground, it's going up. I don't know how they were able to do what they did with the weather that we had last week, but a good chunk of the playground equipment is up. So they're hoping. That is it.
Any questions or comments from the Recreation Director? Councilman Jaworski.
Tim, if you could, once that is up, if you could just shoot us an email
Yep.
and let us know. We'd love to go over and just take a look at it.
Yes.
Any further questions or comments for the Recreation Director? Thank you, Tim. I'll now open the floor for audience participation. If anyone would like to address Wickliffe City Council, please stand and state your name. These meetings are being recorded. She has a microphone that needs to be used. Each person will have a 5-minute maximum time. Would anyone like to address Wickliffe City Council? Would anyone like to address Wickliffe City Council? If not, I want audience participation closed. Any committee reports? Any commission reports? Seeing no old business or new business, move on to ordinances.
Ordinance number 2024-56. This is the third reading. An ordinance providing appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio for the period beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending March 31st, 2025.
Adoption.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Bella, to adopt ordinance 2024-6 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon. Steelman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-50. Excuse me, an ordinance levying an assessment for unpaid bills and cost of cutting noxious or poisonous weeds, vines, tree limbs, or grasses growing upon land in the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-57 on third and final reading. Discussion? Jaworski.
Just one, what date is this through?
It's for October and November.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further discussion on the suspension? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon. Steelman.
Yes. Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Gerhardstein, to adopt ordinance 2024-57 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-58 amended, an ordinance providing appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio for the period beginning January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Kowski, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-58 amended on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Bella, to adopt ordinance 2024-58 amended as presented. Discussion?
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-59, an ordinance authorizing the finance director, the director of finance of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, to transfer a sum of money from the general fund to various funds and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Ballard, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-59 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Ballard, seconded by Councilwoman Kowski, to adopt ordinance 2024-59 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-60, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, to enter into a contract with the Fraternal Police Lodge number 116, sergeants and lieutenants, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Ballard, seconded by Councilwoman Kowski, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-60 on. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Ballard, to adopt ordinance 2024-60 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, to enter into a contract with the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 116 Patrolman and declaring an emergency.
Suspension. Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Ballard, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-61 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Steelman.
Yes. Adoption.
Moved Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Bella. Ordinance 2024-61 as presented. Discussion? Danny, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-62. Ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a contract with the International Association of Firefighters, Local 1536, AFL-CIO, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Bella to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-62 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Kowski, seconded by Councilman Bella to adopt ordinance 2024-62 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-63, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a contract with the Laborers International Union of North America, Local 860 AFL-CIO, and an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Gerhardstein to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024-63 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein. Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Bella to adopt ordinance 2024-63 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2024-64, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into an agreement with the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association dispatchers and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2024 third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman to adopt ordinance 2024-64 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes. Seeing no resolutions, other legislation? Miscellaneous? If not, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman to adjourn the meeting. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Hartstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.